Okay, so we will continue what we have learned last week. Okay, so you can see this is the file that we're working on. Okay, you can see that my character can have the movement of their arms, and also you can see that the body have some ups down movement. Okay, so we will continue to working on the body with the legs. Okay, so before we working on our legs, okay, you have to make sure that you have behind some or other layers because we are focusing on the legs. Okay, so I can using the shine button here. Okay, I can only show the legs layer. So let me shine all other layers except the legs and the body. Okay. So this is the arms layer. I don't need them at this moment, so I can shine them all. And I keep my body layers. Um, Also, this is the palms layer. I don't need at this moment, so I shine them. And I need to show the legs only. Okay, this is the layers with the legs. Okay, this is the legs and this is the shoes. So I unshine this layer so I can keep my timeline very clean. Okay, so first of all, I will refer to the notes of lesson 9. Okay, I will setting the keyframe of the shoes for the position here. Okay, so I go to 0 second, go to here. Okay, I can also refer to the keyframe that I have been add in the body layer. So I can press P button to show the keyframes. Okay, so I refer the same keyframe here. Okay, and then I will start adding the keyframe for the shoes. I also pressing P button to show the position because for the shoes, I also adding the keyframe at position. Okay, not the rotation. Okay, so I switch on the stopwatch. Okay, so this is the first keyframe. Let me focusing on the shoes. Okay, so I can zoom in a bit, just focusing on the shoe. Okay, so this is the first keyframe. Okay, and then we go to frame number 20. Okay, this is another down position. So we can refer to the body. Okay, this is the first down movement position. And for the 10 frame, you can see my body is up. Okay, for the 20 frame again, my body is down again. So I go to the frame 20 and then I swap the position of these two layers. Okay, I need to done it one by one. So firstly, I move the shoes with the lighter color to here. And I can also select this one. This is the shoes with the dark color. Okay, on the other hand, I swap the position and put it on the left hand side. Okay, you can see that there are some of the problem here, the layers. Okay, but no worry, there's no problem. Okay, but we're not fixing this at this moment first. Okay, so you can see that if I pay back my animation, you can see that the position of two shoes have been swapped. Okay, so and then I will adding another keyframe at frame 10, frame number 10 here. Okay, actually at this moment my shoes in the lighter color will lift up. Okay, because when I walk, actually one of my legs have to lift up. So I pick the shoes with the lighter color, okay, which is the white shoes. Okay, so I select the layer and I can using my arrow button to move my shoes a little bit upper. Okay, of course, you can also using the arrow key on your keyboard, okay, to move up a bit. Okay, you don't need to move a lot. Okay, just a bit only. Okay, so I move up here. Okay, and then I'm using the pen tool here and I'm using the convert vertex tool. Okay, I can make sure that the curve is like this. Okay, it's a curve shape instead of straight line. Okay, if I pay back this animation, just the first 20 frames, you can see the shoes with the lighter color have been lifted up. Okay, not a lot, just a little only. Okay, so after I doing the lifting up, okay, of the shoes of with the light color, we will working on another shoes. Okay, you can focusing on the second half of the movement. Okay, this time here from 20 frames to 115. Okay, actually my darker shoes will lift up again. Okay, so I will do it here. But before that, I need to copy the shoes here, the position. Okay, so I copy the first keyframe of both shoes, and then I go to copy and go to 115, and then I paste the keyframe here. Okay, so you can see my animation is like that. Okay, again the shoes will swap. Okay, I go to 1 second and 5 frame. This time I need to lift up my shoes with the darker color, okay, which is the left shoes. So I select the left shoe, and then I can using my arrow on my keyboard and lift up my shoes with the darker color. So you can see it's just a repeat the same step for the right shoes, okay, so they should be the same. Okay, and then I'm using the convert vertex tool again so that I can adjust the curve again. So if you pay back this part of my animation, so you can see that this time my darker shoe is lifting up. Okay, so for the first half of the animation, my lighter shoes have been lifted up. For the second half of my movement, okay, you can see is the darker shoes is lifting up. Okay, so if I pay back the overall animation, you can see something like this. Okay, so we just finished the notes of lesson 9, and today we were working on the shoes. Okay, basically we can refer to the notes of lesson 10 because we basically will follow this image, okay, to animate the shoes. Okay, you can see that there's some few contact point. Okay, you can see that my shape of my shoes is slightly different when my shoes have been contact to the ground. Okay, so I need to refer to this image always, okay, and animate my legs, okay. So before I further working on it, okay, I'm going to using the puppet pin, okay, to deform my shoes. But I find that some of the problem, okay, if I deform my shoes, sometimes it will fall apart. Okay, so if I want to avoid that problem, okay, I need to know why my shoes will break apart when I'm using the puppet pin. Okay, this is the puppet pin. Okay, so when I'm looking at my original files, okay, this is my original files. And this is the layers, okay? You should know that, okay? I have so many different layers. I have 30 something, okay, on my characters. Okay, if you focus on my shoes here, actually it's not just a simple layer, okay? Actually it's a folder, it's a group, okay? It's a group of something, okay? If I expand the folder, you can see I've got several layers here. Okay, it will cause some of my problem when I working in After Effects. I find some of you cannot work on the puppet pin. Okay, if they didn't do anything about the shoes. Okay, so just in case to avoid the problem, okay, I would like to flatten this folder so that it will convert into one single layer. Okay, so I select this folder, this group. I right click, merge group. Okay, so you can see that the group is gone. Okay, all separate layer, they will merge together. Okay, so I repeat again for another shoes because they got the same problem. Okay, I got a group inside this group. I have so many different layers. Okay, it will cause the problem in After Effects. So again, I select this group and right click and choose merge group. Okay, so done. Okay, remember after you change it, we have to save it. Okay, this time I only need to overwrite my old file. Okay, so I can just simply to save my file, or I can save as. Okay, and make sure that you will overwrite your original files. Okay, this is my PSD files. Okay, when I click here and then I click save, it will ask me to confirm whether I will replace my old files. Okay, so I need to click replace and then I click OK. So you can see that I have just replaced the update. Okay, but because I remember that the original files, this is a group instead of one layer. So there's something changed for the files. So if you go back to After Effects, okay, if you pay back your animation, okay, so you see here, okay, you can see that once you saw this image, which means that After Effects found some of the file is missing, okay, because I don't have this file anymore, because it should be a group of some layers. Okay, but you know that I've just merged them together, so the group is gone. Okay, so they cannot find the group anymore, so they will change the color like this. Okay, once you saw this image, which means that the sum of your file is missing. So what I'm going to do now is I need to import the new layers. Okay, because I've just convert two groups into two separate layers, so I need to import these two layers one by one. Okay, you cannot do it together. Okay, so I'm using the file import file again, and this is my folder. This is the one that I've just saved. Okay, you see 5 p.m. Okay, is now 5:02, so this is the one that I've just saved. Okay, this time I need to choose footage. Okay, make sure that you can select the footage, because this time I need to specify to import one of these layer. Okay, instead of the all the layers. Okay, I only need to select one of the layers that I need to import here. Okay, so I go to open. There's a pop-up here, and again choose layer, sorry, footage, and select the layers that you have just merged. Okay, here, shoe out. Okay, remember you need to do it one by one after you import the layer with the shoe out, and then you need to import another one. Okay, so firstly, shoe out and click the layer size. Okay, because we don't want any transparent area. Okay, okay, layer size and then click open. Okay, and then I need to import another files. Okay, because I just import my right shoes, so I need to import my left shoe as well. Okay, repeat the same things, import the same file. Okay, footage, and then again import as a footage and choose the layer. This time I will import my left shoe. Okay, and remember to check whether this is layer size. Okay, check, done. So I have just import this two layer. This is new. Okay, so I need to replace this two new layer to this old group. Okay, so this is my old group. So you can see the icon is different. Okay, because this is a group, this is a composition. Okay, but before that, you need to before you replace. Okay, you make sure that you have been select the same things. For example, I'm going to replace the right shoes. This is the new layer, and replace the old composition. Okay, you can see the R here. Okay, they're the same. Okay, so once I select the shoe R here and select the one at the timeline, and then I pressing the option key, for the Mac, or pressing the alternate key for the PC. Okay, and then you drag from here and here, and then you can release your option button. Okay, sorry, release your option button. Okay, so you can see replace. Okay, and then I need to replace another shoes. Okay, again, select the left shoes, and this is the one that I need to replace. Okay, the shoe L. Okay, make sure that they are the same shoe, and then pressing the option key again, or in PC, you pressing the alternate key and drag here and release the button. Okay, so you can see I have just replaced. But you found that there's some position problem. Okay, you can see that it's not in a correct position because the center point, okay, is not really at the center of the shoes. Okay, so I need to adjust a bit on the anchor point here. Okay, the center point, actually we can call it anchor point. Okay, so that I can show the transform and show the anchor point, and then you can see that once I change the value here at XY, you can see that I can adjust my shoes. Okay, I need to recall where I put my shoes. Okay, where is my center point? Okay, it should be here. Okay, so after you finish the first one, and you also need to do another one. Okay, anchor point again. Okay, you need to move the center point. Okay, maybe this is my position. Okay, so this is what you have just done. Okay, I check. Okay, everything seems correct. Okay, once I pay back again, okay, everything looks very good. Okay, so refer to our notes. Okay, we're going to animate the shoes like this. Okay, I need to using the puppet pin. Okay, the puppet pin is the icon over here. Okay, I need to adjust the shape for my shoes. Okay, but before that, I need to add some of the pin on my shoes so that I can deform the shoe. Okay, like this. Okay, you can see that I deform the shoes in this shape. Okay, so here, looking at your animation, just focusing on the shoes with the light color. Okay, in this animation, you can see my light shoes here is lifting up. Okay, it's lifting up. Remember here, if my shoe is lifting up, something like this. Okay, you can see that the ankle here is off the ground. Okay, the ankle is off the ground. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I go to 0 second, and then I add the puppet pin. I will add at least 5 point here. Okay, it seems that I cannot do it because I select the wrong layer. Okay, so remember this one. Okay, this is the right shoes. So the right shoe is with the owl. So this is the right layer. Okay, I select the right shoes, and then using the puppet pin, I pin one here, and one, one. Okay, so I add 5. Okay, so when my shoes have to lift up, okay, so you can see that my ankle should be off the ground. Okay, so I just move the ankle off the ground. Okay, this is what I need to do. Okay, and then refer to our notes again. When your legs is lifting up, and then it will contact the ground again. Okay, this is the contact point. Okay, for the contact point of the shoes here, you can see that the ankle will be touch the ground first. Okay, the toe is pointing upward. Okay, so let me check. When we play back our animation, my shoe is lifting up, and then go to 20 frame here. Okay, my shoe is contact the ground. Okay, so I should animate my shoe like this. The ankle is dropped, but my toe is pointing upward like this. Okay, this one should be flat. Okay, the ankle here should be flat. This one should be lift up. Okay, something like this. Okay, so when we look at here, I just focusing on the animation here. Okay, so you can see something like this. Okay, so refer to our notes again. When my shoe is lifting up, okay, like this one or this one, you can see that the toe is slightly pointing downward. Okay, you can see the toe is pointing downwards. So I go to the highest point of my shoes. Okay, my toe is pointing downward. But you don't need to animate very obviously. Okay, it's only need to slightly make sure that the toe is pointing downward. Okay, so when you check with your animation again, it should be something like this. Okay, so after 20th frame, okay, what happened to our shoes with the lighter color? Okay, you can see that my shoes is something like this. When I pay back, there's something problem here. Okay, so you can see that after 20 frames, my shoes, okay, is the toe is not correct. Okay, so I go to 20 frame, 22 frame. I make sure that the foot, the toe, is on the same level. Okay, lying on the ground. Okay, just like this one. Okay, you can see that no matter the toe or the ankle, okay, they are lying on the ground. Okay, they should be flat. Okay, so you can see that here. Keep flat. Okay, keep flat on the ground. Okay, so you can see that when I play back my animation, look very nice, right? Okay, so this is the one that I working on my right shoes. Okay, after you finish that, I will working on the left shoe. The left shoe. Okay, so again, make sure that I have been select the left shoe. Okay, this the left shoe, and then I need to check with my animation. Okay, so when my darker shoes have been lift up, okay, you can see here, starting from 20 frame, my darker shoes is now lifting up. Okay, so at 20 frame, I add the puppet pin on the shoes with the darker color, and then lifting up so that my ankle should be off the ground like this. Okay, you don't need to worry about the leg. Okay, if you would like to see your layers more easily, you can just hide all other leg layer. Okay, just focusing on the shoes. Okay, because we're working on the shoes only. So for 20 frames, okay, my shoes have to lift up. Okay, so it should be something like that. And then you can pay back your animation. Okay, this is the highest point. Remember, the highest point, the shoes, the toe should be pointing downward like this. And keep going. You can see that my shoes is going to contact the ground. Okay, this is the moment that my shoes is contact the ground. Okay, remember this time my toe is pointing up and my ankle is on the ground, like this. Okay, just repeat what we have just done on another shoes. Okay, so you can pay back your animation, just focusing on the darker shoes. Okay, seems correct, but you can looking at some of the point here. Okay, this is the one that my darker shoes trying to lifting up, but before that, before they lift up, okay, before they lift up, so you can see this is the one before the lift up. Okay, you should see that my leg should be keep flat. Okay, see like this, my shoes should be on the same level. So I go to here about 18 frame. I move my ankle back here. Look very flat. Okay, look flat. Okay, so that when you again to check your animation again, you can see that my shoes should be flat here before lifting up. Okay, so you can see that the darker shoes here is flat and then going to lift up. So the ankle is off the ground and something like this. So when you pay back, look very nice, right? Okay, so remember to save. You have to save your files more frequently, okay? Because if you do something wrong, really, really wrong, actually you can go back. You can just open the file that you have been saved, okay? So that you can redo part of your animation, okay? So more easy for you. Okay, so we have just finished our animation here. So you can see that we have just finished the notes here. Okay, for lesson 10, page number 12. Okay, we just finished the animated bow shoes. And then we're working on the legs, okay, because you found that the thigh and the calf didn't work well, okay, because we didn't working on it yet, okay. So we're working on the thigh and the calf, okay. We remember I've just made that layers invisible. Now it's time to make it visible, okay, to looking at the shoes again, the leg. Okay, go to frame number 1. Okay, before you further working on your character, okay, check whether your layer is correct or not. I still find that my shoes not really good. Okay, the position. You still can adjust a bit here. Okay, remember the anchor point because I think it's a little bit too high. Okay, because maybe I didn't check very well. Okay, before. So I think this time is much better, right? So I can using the anchor point to change it. Okay. Okay, so we show up all the legs here and pressing R, the rotation. Because for the legs, okay, the upper leg and the lower leg, actually I'm going to animate the rotation. Okay, so this is the one that I done. Okay, fine. Okay, and then I go to frame number 10 here. Okay, so remember how I draw my character. Okay, the shoes with the lighter color should be the same legs with the lighter color. Okay, you can see the skin tone is lighter one. And you can see that the skin tone of this leg is lighter and this skin tone of this leg is darker. Okay, you should match. Okay, so I go to here. You can see the lighter shoes is up here. So I need to rotate the lighter leg. Okay, my lighter leg, which means there's the white leg. So I rotate my right leg. Yep, rotate too much, too much. Yeah, Okay, so you can see that I bend the leg so that the leg with the lighter color match the position of the shoes with the lighter color. Okay, so I done here. So let me make this layer invisible so that I can focus on the dark shoes. Okay, this is the darker shoes. The darker shoes should be the left leg. The left leg. This is the left shoes. Okay, so this is the left one. Okay, again, rotate the joints of the upper leg and the lower leg. Okay, so that my leg is connected back to my shoes. Okay, done. Okay, so you can see that if I show all this layer, it's not very good. Okay, and then go to 105, 1 second and 5 frames. Again, do it one by one. Okay, so you can see this time my darker shoe is lift up. My darker shoe is lift up. So it seems right, right? My leg, but actually you know that it's not. Okay, my leg didn't bend enough. Okay, so I need to rotate here. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so this is the dark one. Now I'm going to working on the lighter one. Okay, so let me hide another leg so that you can see easily. Okay, so this is the lighter shoes. This is the lighter leg. This is the white leg. Okay, so I need to rotate my leg like this. Okay, so again, touch the shoes. Okay, so when you're looking at this, again, look very nice. Okay, but you need to do the position of the leg at 20 frame here. Okay, it seems not right, but no worry, just looking at the shoes. Okay, this is the shoes with the lighter color, this is the shoes with the darker color. Okay, you can see, you know that which one is the lighter color, right? So for example, maybe I'm working on the shoes with the lighter color first, okay, which is the white leg, this one. So I need to move forward. Maybe I deform my ankle too much. No worry, I can change a little bit later because I think that it doesn't look like what it should be look like. Okay, and the left shoes, left leg, left leg. Yeah, something like this. Okay, so if I think that the shoes I have been deformed too much, okay, again, I only need to show back here and go to here and maybe I deform too much. Okay, and it should be a bit longer here so I can still check with my character. So now my shoes is fine, but it's still not working now, okay, because I need to copy one keyframe for the last one. Okay, so you can see that if I go to 1 second and 15 frames, okay, you can see again my legs, okay, didn't animate yet. Okay, you don't need to, this time you don't need to rotate the joint by yourself because this is a loop animation. Okay, as I told you that is the animation should be loop. Okay, the animation of the first keyframe and the last keyframe, they should be the same. Okay, so this is the first keyframe. This is the first keyframe. I only select this few first keyframe and then go to copy and paste here. This is the last one. Okay, 115. Okay, then paste here. So it should be match. The lighter color, the darker color. Okay. So if you still find that the shoe has got some of the problem here, okay, because my shoes didn't match well, but no worry. If you want, actually you can adjust the leg later, okay? So if I pay back my animation, the full body, oops, sorry, full body, if I pay back, it look good, right? Now I'm going to animate a follow through, okay? If you're looking at the notes of lesson 10, okay, we're now finished page number 18. Now I'm going work on the follow through. The follow through should be applied on maybe the hair, the long earrings. If your character have a long ears, okay, it should be applied there. Okay, my character have several part of my hair. Okay, I would also like to add the follow through on my hair. Okay, so firstly, I will show all the layers except show I will hide all the layers except my hair and my body. Okay, so this is the layer. Okay, I will shine all layers. Okay, this is the legs. I don't need to do it because I'm working on the hair. Okay, I shine them all. And this is my hair. And there's few more here. Show again. Okay, and also remember the body. You need to show. So now you see. Okay, I only show the strand 1 to strand 5. Okay, and this is the body. And then I have setting some keyframe at the position here. It's just for me as a reference. I don't need to change any keyframe or add any keyframe. So in case that you will accidentally to move the keyframe of the body, okay, you can lock the layer. Okay, so that you can only see, but you don't move, okay, any keyframe here. Okay, so I go to frame 0 second at the beginning of our animation. I select all my layer of the strand. Let me zoom into the hair here. Okay, I pressing R button to show the rotation. Switch on the stopwatch. Switch on the stopwatch. Okay, this is the highest point of my hair. If you want to make it more exaggerated, you can make higher. For example, here, higher. Okay, you can see that the hair look very high at this moment. Okay, because at the beginning, this is the highest point of my character of the hair. Okay, something like this. Okay, but if you don't adjust it, it's fine. Okay, so let me focus on the first part of the motion. Just looking at the motion from 0 second to 10 frame. Okay, let me pay back very slowly. Preview. Okay, let me slowly to pay back this animation. So you can see that my character is moving up. Okay, moving up. Okay, so remember the follow through should be opposite. Okay, should be opposite. So when your character is moving up, which means your hair is going down, going down. Okay, so I go to 10 frame. I move the hair moving down like this. Okay, so you can see down. Okay, my hair is moving down. Sorry, body don't need any. Okay, my hair is moving down. Okay, moving down. Okay, something like this. Now when you preview my animation, okay, my hair is moving down. Okay, moving down. Okay, so go to the second part of my motion. Okay, from frame 10 to frame 20. Okay, you can see that my body is going downwards, going downwards. So my follow through should be moving up. Okay, my hair should be moving up. Okay, so actually when I'm looking at a keyframe, this is the highest point of my hair. This is the lowest point of my hair. Okay, you can see here, highest, this is the lowest. Okay, so actually I don't need to rotate my hair to make it higher. Okay, actually I just need to copy the hair layer and copy and paste here, paste at 20 frames. Okay, because both of these and this, they are the highest point of the hair. Okay, so I'm looking at here, preview the animation again. Correct. Okay, the follow through seems right. Okay, again, move further from 20 frame to 105. Okay, let's looking at this motion. My character is now going up. Okay, my character is going up. Okay, so my hair is moving down. Okay, remember this is the highest point, this is the lowest point, this is the highest point, and then this is the lowest point of the hair. So you need to copy this keyframe. This is the lowest point of your hair. Okay, copy. Okay, copy, and then paste here. Paste. Okay, so again, preview your animation. Yeah, again, done. Finally, last part of your animation. Okay, you can see that my character is going down. Okay, your character is going down, so your hair is moving up. Okay, so again, this is the highest point, this is the lowest point, this is the highest point, this is the lowest point. So you need to copy the highest point. Okay, neither you copy this one or copy this one, they are the same because I just copy it. Okay, so they are the same. Copy and paste here. Okay, so you can see my hair is going up. Now again, preview my animation. Okay, done. So overall, preview again all together. It's not very nice. Okay, when I preview my animation, the whole body, preview again. Look very nice, right? Okay, so you need to finish your animation for the next lesson 10 for the page 25. Okay, the follow through. Okay, but of course you can apply the follow through on other objects. For example, my hoodie, the string, and also my skirt. Okay, but you know that my skirt is one single layer. So if you want to animate the skirt, okay, you may using the puppet pin. Okay, you may apply the puppet pin on the skirt so that you can deform the skirt to make it look higher and lower. But this time you can see that you don't need to convert the layer because if I check in the After Photoshops here, actually my skirt is very simple. It's just a simple layer. So it should be no problem when you apply the puppet pin here. Okay.